Angela, thank you for having this conversation today. Would you please introduce yourself and give us an idea of what the Hayti Heritage Center is all about?
Yes. Hi, I am Angela Lee. I'm the executive director of the Haiti Heritage Center. We are a nonprofit cultural arts and arts education venue. We're located in Durham, North Carolina, and we are an historic institution. We are an African American owned and operated organization managed by the St. Joseph's Historic Foundation. And let me just say up front, I am so excited about what Fenton and Vince and the whole group are doing there in Southern Pines. I think it's awesome. And I think it is not going to just be a presence. It is going to make a real transformative difference for the folks in Southern Pines. So thank you for including me in this wonderful endeavor you all have undertaken.
Well, thank you. Can you explain a little bit more of the types of things that happen in Hayti? What kind of cultural and art activities go on there?
Sure. We have several core programs that include an annual Heritage Film Festival, which presents all sorts of films and panel discussions and performances. And we are on pace to make it a premier Southern event, uplifting Black Southern film and Black filmmakers. So in addition to the annual film festival, we have a spoken word poetry slam team. They perform monthly. They also compete regionally and nationally. We present African dance classes for adults. We have a dance academy weekly for youth. We do a music series where we have in person and, of course, for the past year, virtual programming that presents music that is rooted in the community. So, blues, jazz, gospel, just a wonderful array of music as a part of that series. And we also have gallery exhibitions. So, we feature more than 30 artists of color annually with exhibitions and support their work at Haytime. We also we also have walking tours. We have tours of the historic community that are presented monthly. And in addition to our core programs, we provide facility rentals, and we do that year round. So we stay busy. We're open 7 days a week, or at least we were pre-COVID-19.
So of the people that come and take benefit from what you offer, is it just African Americans, or is the larger community come and enjoy what you offer?
Oh, we engage the broader community. Our most of our constituents are African American, but we are very diverse in the offerings that go out to not just the Haiti community, but the broader community. So our mission as an organization is preserving and advancing the heritage and culture of historic Haiti and of the African American experience through arts programs. And our mission is to have an impact not just locally, but nationally and globally. So our offerings are very forward thinking and very inclusive. Yes, we are an African American arts organization, and we are in a historically African American community, which is being terribly gentrified these days, but it is still primarily African American. But we are open and inclusive and welcoming to all of the community, not just in Durham, but beyond.
That's marvelous. Thank you. I understand that you all have special relationships with the public schools there, and you interact with the students and really impact them. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, we do. We think that it's so important to engage our youth, and not just our public schools, but we also have collaborative relationships with the universities in the area. So, North Carolina Central University, Duke University, Durham Technical College, and also UNC Chapel Hill. Beyond that, we are one of four, I would guess you said there are four main brick and mortar arts organizations here in Durham. We are the only one that is African American owned and operated, but we often collaborate with the other organizations, whether it's the Durham Arts Council or the Carolina Theater or the Durham Performing Arts Center, in order to be able to provide opportunities to engage our youth, not just in live performances, but also in having artists come into the schools or bringing the kids to us. So there are 33,000 students in the Durham Public Schools.
Wow.
And we have often partnered, for example, with the Carolina Theater, because for years they have had a series, a discovery series, where that allows them to bus kids in from the schools for different programming. So rather than reinvent the wheel, we have collaborated with the Carolina Theater to support those efforts. On the other hand, we've had kids come to Haiti for tours, for presentations, to learn about the history, the heritage, to engage with visual artists who can and storytellers. Storytelling is an important component of what we do. So whether it's going into the schools or bringing the kids to us, we try to do it in any and every way that allows us to engage, because one thing we know is that our kids are not learning about our history in the classrooms. So they have to step outside of the classroom in many instances in order to really get that learning and to understand the rich heritage that surrounds them, and that really is the foundation of their existence. So we do it all. Yeah, we also have had summer camps, science camps, and arts camps, and different camps where we've been able to engage our kids during the summer when they're not in the classroom. And that's been a very successful element of what we do.
So, have you, do you notice an impact on the students? Do you think that you're positively impacting them? Do you have any sort of?
Yes, absolutely. I can tell you one measure is we have kids, well, we have former kids who are now adults who continue to bring their kids to Haiti for programs, and who will often remark to us, I remember coming to Haiti when I was in third grade. I remember taking dance classes. I remember being a part of the Kwanzaa festival and learning about the community. I remember being a part of an essay class, learning how to write poetry. So we've had a generational impact on residents in Durham and in Durham's Haiti community. And it's one of the things we're really proud of. For example, our current African dance instructors both started out as students taking dance classes at Haiti, and now they also have kids who come, and they have been featured in different productions that we have had. Haiti was involved in a Google ad, a television ad, a couple of years ago, and they featured some of our dancers and dance instructors in that ad. So we're really proud of the fact that we continue to impact lives generationally, not just one-off.
That's fantastic.
Mhm.
I know you all are incredibly successful. I mean, as far as your facilities and your programming and all of that. I don't imagine that happened from the get-go. I guess one of the questions we have, the Southern Pines Primary School is in West Southern Pines, which is a long-term disadvantaged African American community, and people wonder how, is it possible that we can, achieve this goal? Can you talk about Haiti and where you started and how you got to where you are?
Sure, and I'll make it brief. There's so much I could say, but I won't. So the Hayti Heritage Center opened in 1975. So we've been around for a little while, but we're in the same space that originally was founded and opened in 1891 as a church. So the brick and mortar has been around for a while, but I will say that without the vision of the folks who decided to incorporate and establish the foundation and open an arts center to help, continue to tell our stories and preserve the history and preserve, just how impactful the Haiti community has been in Durham. Without that vision, we would not be there. You're talking about a community that after slavery, the impact of slavery on the residents and people who ended up migrating to Durham, there was a Jim Crow era. So the beautiful part of Haiti's history is that, there were Blacks who took their intellect, their skills, their desire to thrive, and they built a community that was 100% economically self-sustaining. Haiti is a part of the famed Black Wall Street. Booker T. Washington remarked in a visit to Haiti and to Durham that it should be a model for all Black urban communities because it was just fantastic. There was so much genius, there was so much brilliance, and obviously, those folks were never seen that way. They were seen as less than. So out of very dark and challenging times, they were able to come together and forge a community that had schools and that had everything at their disposal to be sustained. And education was very much a part of that. So the visionaries saw that it was important for the Hayti Heritage Center to impart art and culture and to continue to uplift a community. And I will say that if it could be done in the midst of Jim Crow segregation in the Deep South, then certainly what you all are doing now can just take off and hit the stratosphere in terms of success. I will say that, because of the visionaries, Haiti has been able to continue and to thrive, and we are engaging, new groups, new people as Durham's population continues to grow, but we're also maintaining, the richness and folks who have been here generation after generation. And we have just truly been able to impact the community. One of the sad outcomes of this pandemic is that people who have relied on Haiti as a gathering place, have not been able to come for over a year. So I think that what we're hearing is there's a sense of social and emotional loss because they don't have that. This is something that we recognize is a very integral part of who we are and what we are. And this is one of the reasons I'm so excited about what you all can do, because it really does transform lives and transform a community, not just physically, but socially, emotionally. Our kids will thrive and therefore families will thrive. You'll have a healthier community and a community that is uplifted and proud of what it does. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go so long, but you all are I'm so excited about what you all are doing. And I know that the school board is going to embrace you as other organizations have, and it's just going to be awesome. And I look forward to visiting and to being more of a part of your success.
That's wonderful. And when we get up and going, we hope to collaborate with you and change exhibits and just work together. I hope that's something that you'd be willing to do.
Yes, absolutely. And I know that you all will be able to engage new funders, current funders. Your partners are going to explode. You're gonna have such a wealth of possibility at your disposal. Your most challenging decisions are going to be, who do we go with and how many more can we sustain? So good luck.
Thank you very, very much for your time and for your wisdom. And we look forward to, once COVID's a little further down the road, we're definitely going to come visit you. So
Please do. You're welcome anytime.
thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Benton.